What?
What the hell was that?
Welcome to the Rooster Teeth Podcast.
All right, can anybody identify who's on
I
the
was
screen
like, that's
right
not
there?
us.
I can. I submitted that.
Oh, what you submitted for what?
So for a potential topic to talk about tonight.
Well, do you want to talk about it right now?
The videos of the year because we're talking.
No,
nominations today.
not for video of the year.
That was Greg Benson of Mediocre Films.
Yes.
And that
Who
was
is-
the cell phone in a airport prank, right?
Do you want to show it since we obviously led the podcast with that? Do you want to show that?
Yeah,
thing?
well, we can talk about it first. So it's a prank in which this guy goes around.
I'm
with-
Gus Sorolla.
I'm Gus.
I'm Gavin.
I'm Barbara.
I'm Burnie.
And I'm Gus. So this guy finds people talking on cell phones in public places, in this case in the airport, and then sits down next to them, pretends he's on the phone, and pretends to have the other end of the conversation that person's having.
Genius.
It's like a Two Ronnie sketch.
And so then he just does it, I guess, to see what kinds of reactions he gets out of people. And I think we have it queued up if we want to show a little bit of it.
Yeah.
So then, like, people move away, and he's like, "Oh, hold on, the reception's
this
not very
guy
good
only.
here. Yeah, I'm gonna move over here. Oh yeah, reception's much better."
And that's after like 5 minutes of already doing it to that guy.
Yeah, and it I don't know, it's kind of creepy. Like, this woman's like, "What do you want for dinner?" He's like, "I don't know, a burger, maybe pizza." She's like, but everybody has the same reaction. They're like, "Are you talking to me?" He's like, "No, I'm on the phone." They're like, "Oh, okay, just." Wow, we're having like the same conversation. He's like, no, I'm talking to my friend.
My favorite part is when they're like, all right, love you. And he's like, all right, love you too.
Yeah.
Okay, goodbye.
That's great.
Stop it.
My
Yes.
dream
Yes.
the other night, this is the only dream I remember from the last week. In my dream, I had a wet dream. And I was like, God, I got to change my sheets. But I fell asleep on it, and I was like, I'll change the sheets in the morning. And when I woke up, it was all blood. And there were like bloody handprints all over my mattress.
Wait.
That's all I got.
Oh,
Wait a
that was
minute,
so
wait a
He
minute.
good.
was asleep in his dream.
Wait, you were asleep. You woke up from a wet dream to being covered in blood.
In his dream.
That was all a
No,
dream.
the whole thing was a dream.
I get it. But your brain is putting these two things together. You have,
Yeah, I was in my dream, in my mind, my dream mind. In my dream, I was like, is this
Third
my...
Gavin.
Whose blood is this? Did someone come and crawl with bloody hands on my, like, cummy mattress?
So what was? So first Gavin is having a dream. That
What do you mean
second
first Gavin?
Original Gavin is
You.
having original Gavin Prime is having a dream about second Gavin in a
Having a
bloody
dream.
bed.
No,
No.
second Gavin's having a wet dream.
Yeah.
Wet dream about being third Gavin is in a bloody bed.
No, second Gavin has a dream about having a wet dream, then wakes up.
That's second Gavin.
Third
So
Gavin.
original Gavin is having a dream about second Gavin in a bloody bed, who's having a dream
wet
about
Third Gavin is
Coming
having
his
the
pants.
best time, basically.
in a bloody bed.
No,
Third Gavin's just jizzing.
Third
Second
Gavin is
Gavin's
in the
in a bloody
mind
bed.
of second Gavin.
But wouldn't third Gavin have a wet dream and he wakes up from the wet dream? He's had the wet dream, so he's both had the wet dream and he's in a bloody bed.
The person in the dream doesn't have a wet dream, except for this dream. But usually,
You're saying
Except
the
for
word wet
specifically
dream.
what we're talking about at this point.
You're saying the word wet dream and Gavin so many times. I feel like everybody watching is going to have a wet dream about Gavin tonight.
I feel like our
If you
podcast
do-
is
So
on
you're
Tumblr, pretty much.
but if I have to hear about that trillion frame a second camera again, that'd blow my head off.
Yeah. I think everyone has that. I think everyone has something when you're on the internet that's just like they're relentless with you about it. You know what I mean? It's like, and it's not because they're hounding you. It's just they see it and it's new to them and they bring it up.
Yeah,
but
it's
that
exciting to
happens a bunch.
There's one that's I have.
You want to say what it is?
Yeah, in hopes that maybe this will stop people from tweeting it at me.
Oh,
every
that
day.
will not work, by the way.
Whatever. But there is this mental illness or disease. I forget. I don't know how to pronounce this with a W.
Let me guess. It's a disease where people feel compelled to make puns.
Puns and like inappropriate jokes.
Okay.
At
Hey, maybe
least-
you have that.
At least once a day they go, Barb, I think I found what you have, and I'm like, haha. I don't like.
Wait,
it's
you're
not.
denying that you have it?
Yeah, of course I don't have it
How do you
How
know
do you
that you
know?
don't have it?
because I'm not constantly compelled. I make them when I feel it's appropriate for the situation.
Intervention?
Yeah, I think so. Doctor's
this
office.
what
I know
this
you mean.
podcast
It's like
is
little.
here for?
It's like just like little drops of water. Like you see it like here, then again, then again, then again,
Yeah.
then again. It's like it just keeps going. It's crazy. But
And
nobody has
like
the-
it'll pop up on like 9gag or something one day, and then I'll get that picture 1,000 times, and it'll pop up on like funny.com, and I'll get that picture a million
Funny.com.
times.
Is that a real website?
I don't know.
we learned that Gavin uses audiobooks to read along with books?
I did it once. I did it once.
You said that was the purpose of audiobooks.
You said that was the purpose.
Honestly, I thought that's how people did it.
You said you do it. You said that's what you use audiobooks for, to read along.
What movie was it?
I did it once because I was reading the American version of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone and listening to the English audiobook, and I was just seeing the differences along the way.
So
makes
here's an
sense.
idea I've got, Gus.
He said favorite without the U. What's your idea?
And you could use both the codes for our sponsors this week to do it. You could queue up American Psycho, the movie with Christian Bale, and then on audible.com, if it's available, or you can find other books
I'm
that does
checking
this,
right now.
you can run the audiobook while you watch the movie and see how well it matches up.
Have you read the book?
Yeah, Bret Easton Ellis, right? Is that who it
Are
is?
you saying it's
I don't
very,
remember.
very faithful recreation of the book
No, I'm just saying it'd be an interesting experiment to try. See how well it matches up.
to read along with the film?
Nope. You turn the movie on, turn the sound down, and then play the audio track. You play the book.
Right.
I'm sure the pacing is different.
I would imagine the book goes a lot slower than an hour and a half.
Yeah.
American
That's it.
Psycho. Yep, unabridged. 10 hours, 12 minutes.
Nope, that might be a little off. Put it,
Just put it like at
stretch it out.
20%.
Stretch it out. Then you got something to watch while
You know how you
listen
can
to
listen to podcasts at 1.5 speed now on your iPhone?
Or you could always
can
do
you?
that.
You can listen. Well, I didn't know that until recently, but just do that with the book.
How fucking busy are we
No,
that we don't have time to listen? I mean, that's like where we are as a society now. I don't have time
Well,
to listen to stuff that I want to listen
If you're
to.
listening to an audiobook, sometimes the reader will really get into it and like do all the
Do the
accents and the
accents?
pacing. Or, you know, if an old woman's telling an old story, they'll take ages over it. You don't want to. Sometimes you just want to hear the
Yeah,
words.
in
Speed that
Game
up.
of Thrones, they do that.
Yeah.
Whenever old Nan's
Old
telling
Nan.
a story and he
He's
does
like-
the old Nan voice, it's like, oh my God. But,
Child back in those, and it's like, oh God, get on with it.
but it's like he's acting it out.
Yeah.
Like he becomes that character and
He manages to do Toothless very well. I'm wondering if he has false teeth and pulls them out for some.
he does Toothless really well and like old congested man, like that phlegmy,
Yeah.
like old man voice. He does that one really well too.
I bet he pulls out teeth for some things and then just like sloshes like custard down his throat for other things.
Oh,
Just to get that,
Lord,
Why
where'd you
would-
go with that?
Yeah.
just to get that phlegmy sort of like.
It would be awesome to have performance art in audiobook narration or audiobook readers, like doing that. Like I would love to have like Catcher in the Rye read by like an angsty teen. Like, if you really want to hear about it, the first thing you'll probably want to know is where I was born. You hear him flipping pages, like, how many pages are left in this fucking book?
But it is amazing to.
I just read the whole page. I don't remember anything.
He's gonna get a hooker and then shoot himself with a gun. That's cool.
By the way, I can't shoot any more vines with these fuckers because they are. One of the three of us is out of town every single Friday.
Tomorrow.
That's normally we shoot them. I can't do it tomorrow.
You're talking about the week before Christmas.
Yeah,
Everyone's
this
busy.
week I'm talking about the week before Christmas. We haven't shot vines in like 4 weeks.
Ah.
It's been you mostly. I'm gonna call you out. I can't believe you all
I
aren't
said
calling
one
him
of
out
the
for
three
this.
of us.
I'm here every day.
75% of the time it's you.
Shut up.
You're complaining that you can't shoot vines because you're never in the office.
You don't know me.
Also, we shoot like 4 videos.
my real dad.
Every
It takes
time,
6
right?
seconds
So
a
that's-
time.
Yeah, that's 24 seconds of time. we
Please,
need.
fuck you. It takes 6 seconds.
There's also a shirt coming out potentially next week
Oh, we got to shoot vines for that then.
that we got to shoot vines for, which
God,
I don't think we'll get to.
I'm embarrassed to admit the vine where Barb was shirtless. That took way too long. Like Gavin and I felt legitimately bad about how many takes we had to do.
And we were doing a thing where
Oh my
Fine.
god.
wherever you changed and like got into your bra, we
I
would
know.
turn away, and that was like,
I was like,
well,
why
we're
you
gonna
guys
see you in the
why you guys
bra.
turning away?
No, what's funny is if you look at the audience retention graph on YouTube for that video, it's like,
Hey Gus, we already talked about this on the podcast.
oh shit, I got called fucking out.
Damn.
Drop it.
No, it's literally like the normal
No,
curve.
Barbara. We already talked about this.
I'll tell you what.
We should do that thing that people got upset about, where we will license people the image to use on their website. Like they can pay us like $1,000 and we'll let them use the best of 2013
The little, like,
podcast.
thumbs
Oh
image.
up.
yeah, absolutely. We should do that.
That's a smart idea.
Yeah.
Genius.
So people really got upset about that when Notch said that about whoever it was. Was it PC Magazine or someone? Remember that story from like a couple months ago? He said they want a best of, and then they were going to offer to let him license the like that award image back for like $1,000 or something. And people misinterpreted that as they thought the award was for sale and that he had to pay $1,000 that he would win Game of the Year or whatever.
What?
Oh, people are dumb.
Yeah, it's like no, it's just a licensing fee for use of the image in promotional materials.
People don't know what they're talking about.
No, especially here on this podcast. I think
You
we get
just
called out
won
more
the
than
strongest seal of approval in the tech world. PCMag.com, considered the JD Power of Tech, is the world's largest tech publisher. Here are the 13 awards you won. 2013 Best Awards. You pay $500 per award logo. Editor's Choice Award, $500 per award logo. Highly rated award, $500 per award logo.
Well, don't you have to pay to get an Oscar or something?
Wow.
Like there's
you
a
do have to pay
fee?
for your trophies.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
At most award ceremonies, yes, you do have to pay for your trophies.
Yeah, the guy I worked with.
How much
who-
is an Oscar?
Like $400 or $500.
500?
Yeah, the guy
much.
I worked with who got the Emmy that he didn't know about was
Right.
$400 for him to get the trophy.
Not many people know that. Yeah, and a lot of times we work on co-productions. Like Gauntlet just won an award for the first season of Gauntlet.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. And we there's a co-production with Blip, and so it's one trophy. So we had to pay to get another trophy made to send to them in their offices.
We also got nominated for some new awards for IWTV.
For IWTVs, yeah, we got like every time we've won an award, we've typically I know for every time we've won an award for Red vs. Blue, we always have a duplicate trophy made and we send it to Microsoft, to either Bungie or to 343, depending on what
That's
year
nice.
that
Oh,
was.
yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, well, that way you don't fight over it. So it's a smart idea. I've seen two other really great cell phone prank video concepts, and one was, it reminded me a little bit of that one in that they would be in a grocery store in an aisle with somebody, and like the person would be shopping, and they'd be on the phone going, "Now she's looking at Cheerios." Yeah. Wait, she's looking at me now. Like, are you like they're describing in detail what somebody's doing right there? Freaks people the fuck out.
Yeah,
They're like,
no
who are you
kidding.
talking to? Why are you telling them what I'm doing? And they get really upset about it. But the other guy was really brilliant. This was a brilliant idea. He got a Bluetooth headset and he put it on, and he'd be in the streets of New York, and he'd walk up to the most gorgeous women, and he'd go, "I just want to say, I think you're absolutely gorgeous. I'd love to take you out sometime. And what do you say?" And they go, "I have a boyfriend." He goes, "No, I'm on Bluetooth." And they're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." They'd all apologize. But it was amazing because it like took away any kind of fear this guy had of like
Yeah.
approaching the most beautiful women. Like he would always
And,
like,
then if they say yes, you're like, okay, great, let's
he
go.
did. And he totally did. He got numbers from girls that way. And I thought that was a
Genius.
brilliant idea.
Was he a good-looking guy?
Like on a scale of what? One
On
to
a
dude?
scale
Yeah,
of Gus
sure,
to
why
Blaine.
not? Yes.
Did he have Blaine-ish overtones?
He was hot as shit.
That actually happened to me in the tech office the other day, where Adam sits behind me. I can't see what he's doing, and I heard him talking. And I was
Both
like,
Adams.
Adam Baird was talking.
Okay.
Yeah, Big Adam.
Both Adams.
Somebody in the control room laughed.
And he was talking, and I was answering him. And after like 2 seconds, he goes, "I'm on the phone with my wife." And I'm like, "I was wondering why you were saying, 'What do you want for dinner?' and stuff like that." And he's just like on the phone with Megan the whole time. And I just crawled out of the office and
How
got
long
in
were
a
you
hole.
talking to him?
Like a good 30 to 40 seconds.
There was like multiple exchanges back and forth.
Yeah.
So the other night I had, it was the night before last night, I had a really, really strange dream. And it was so strange that I'm gonna talk about it here.
Really?
So,
This is
yeah.
like the dream analysis part of the podcast.
So I had a dream that I was walking my little dog, Oswald,
They're both little.
my littler dog. And it was the morning, and I had like my hoodie on, and like I had just gotten out of bed, and I was walking him in the front yard. And I look, and my next door neighbor is Gray. And I'm like, that's weird. How long does Gray live next door to me? And then Miles and Aaron are talking to him. I'm like, what's everyone doing over here? Like in my neighborhood, they're like, oh, hey. I'm like, Gray, how long have you lived here? He's like, I've lived here for like 2 years. I'm like, how have I not fucking known this? So then I keep walking my dog down the street, and then my next neighbor over is Mac Brown.
What? Mac Brown is the UT football coach.
I guess it was like the night he had announced his resignation, so maybe I'd been thinking about him. And Mac Brown had like this big, like Labrador dog, and like the Labrador comes out and he starts like licking my dog, and I look down and my dog is a candy cane. But in my head, it's fine. That's my dog. You know, and I'm like, oh my
Is
god,
it
that
still
dog.
on like a leash and everything?
Yeah, it's on the candy cane's on a leash. And then, like the big Labrador
Nobody
has the
wanted to
candy
tell
cane in
you.
its mouth, and I'm like, control your dog, it's eating my dog. And then Mac Brown calls his dog away, but then like a piece of the bottom of the candy cane falls off. I'm like, look at that, look what my dog's fucked up.
So wait,
And then Mac Brown's like, it's okay, I can fix this. He goes into his house and he gets like this aerosol spray can, and he starts spraying the candy cane like to fuse the pieces back together, except like the little rounded part falls off, and I start freaking out like, my dog's face. Like that's the face to it, like my dog's face
I like how
just
you're
fell
still
off.
referring to it as your dog.
the
even though
candy
it's
cane on
not-
a
And then
leash.
Mac Brown just turns around and goes back into his house. I'm like, my dog's face fell off. What am I gonna do? And then I woke up and I was like, what the fuck was that?
so was the dog? Did you know that it had changed, and you were like, oh, the equivalent of the dog's face has come off, or did you actually think that it was your dog in that form?
It was my dog in that form, I guess. Like
As
it wasn't
candy.
gross or anything. It was just like a piece of candy cane broke off.
That's fucked up, dude.
And it was like really freaky. I was so upset. Then I woke up and I was like, What the fuck is wrong with me?
Dreams are weird like that, though. When you have a dream and it's like, it completely changes. Like, people in it change.
Yeah.
Or you change to somebody else. And the setting changes and your brain's like, that's fine. It's good.
Do you
What's wrong with
remember
it?
the one I told you about like last week?
No.
I had a really fucked up dream, and it makes no sense whatsoever. It was Meg Turney, and she was visiting our office.
Oh, right.
And for some reason, she was trying to convince all of us to build a statue for Satan.
That sounds believable.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
And like, I was the only one who was like, why are we doing this? I don't get it, guys. And everyone's like, just
Shut up,
listen.
Barbara. So did we build the
So-
stage, the
We
Satan
did.
statue?
So basically,
Okay,
you think
great.
all of us are evil at the office, and you're the only good person.
Probably.
Is what I gather from that.
I'm
What I gather from my
guessing that-
dream is I want to eat my dog.
Barbara hates redheads. She thinks that redheads are evil.
No,
That's
I
what I'm
love
getting from that.
I want to be a redhead.
Evil but productive.
Some emails.
Bye, I love you. Especially
Visit
you.
Woolworths.com.
Send me your suggestions.
This podcast is brought to you by Octopus.com. Podcast. Get mouth fucked by an octopus.